Here are 10 things that I've learned for being in the photo booth business for about 10 years. Number one is leads are the most important thing in your business. A lead is when you get an inquiry about a photo booth rental for your business for somebody's event. If you have 0 leads, your business will make $0. And if your focus is getting the most leads, right? Your number one job is leads. You will succeed in this business. A problem I see a lot of people having is, they get a few leads, and then when they don't pan out, it's devastating. And I understand that, you get your hopes up and, they may show a lot of interest, but when it doesn't work out, it hurts. But if you are in a situation where you're getting upset when leads don't pan out, the problem is you don't have enough leads. The more you have, the less you care about the ones that don't fall through. So, leads, important, very, very important. Number 2 is speed. Speed is everything. I'm talking about when you get a lead, someone asks you a question about your services, how fast are you to reply? Not just that, right? Let's just say they book you, right? They give you the deposit, everything is set. How fast are you to respond to their questions? How fast are you to get them the contract to be signed? How fast are you to make the template? These are things that go a long way, and we live in a day and age now where people expect fast service. So speed can make or break your business. Number 3 is mastering your photo booth software. I don't care if you have an iPad booth, a DSLR booth, or any other type of photo booth, you must know your software in and out. The more you know, the better you're going to be able to provide excellent service, the more you're going to be able to upsell, the more smoothly your events will go. I can't even explain how many people I run into in this business that are a little bit clueless about their software. It's the most important part of the photo booth. It's literally the brain, the whole operation. So if you have an iPad photo booth, for instance, right, and you don't know the software well, like what is stopping the next guy that knows all of the features that it does? It knows the marketing purposes and, how to basically customize an event for somebody if you don't know it. It blows my mind. So master your software, take the time to learn it. I'm talking about, 40 hours of just straight going through the app, whatever software you're using, and mastering it. Coming in at number 4 is not always saying yes. What I mean here is it's not about taking every single lead that comes through. There will be times where something just doesn't make sense for you, right? Whether it's an event that is 2 hours away, whether it's a client that doesn't want to follow the rules, meaning they don't want to pay you a deposit, or maybe they want to pay you by check after the event, you don't always have to say yes. When I first started, I was a yes man. I was whatever they wanted, I'd do. I don't care if I have to drive 2 hours or if I have to break my rules, right, that I put in place to help me in my business. And it's about taking the events that make sense for you. And again, it goes back to, getting more leads. If you get more leads, you're going to be okay with telling a customer, sorry, we may not be a fit for you. Coming in at number 5 is over-communication. This is really, really important. You have to be hyper aware that people that are booking your photo booth don't know what you're offering as well as you do. And for instance, right, what I'm talking about over-communicating is what time you're going to be providing a service, right? What exactly they're getting with their rental, and just the ins and the outs. So how to over-communicate is, one, when you're getting a lead, whether it's on the phone or email, make sure you're breaking everything down. That way you have proof that you had spoken about this in email. Also, your contracts. Always have contracts. Go over the details again. Then you may think, okay, 2 times, that's enough. No. Let's do it one more time. The day or a couple days before the event, just again, remind them, hey, this is what we're providing. We're still on for this time, and etc. too. So over-communicating isn't honestly just for your customer's sake. It's also for you. Sometimes things may change last minute. They may not reach out to you to tell you, and I hate to break it to you guys, but a photo booth is the least important thing at a party. So they may not remember to be like, oh, I forgot to tell the photo booth guy that there is a venue change. They may forget that. So again, if you're doing it, over-communicating, you're decreasing the chances of you not getting information, and then also your customer not being aware of something that they may have assumed. That's what it comes down to. You don't want there to be any assumptions. Number 6 is not really needing a business partner. When I started, I had a business partner. It was with my friend, but we didn't go into it strategically, right? We were just like, hey, we're good friends. You have this, I have that. Let's just start a business together. Not knowing that the photo booth business isn't something that really requires two people. And I learned it the hard way. You know, it was a really weird, I mean, it wasn't weird, but there came a time to where we had to go our separate ways. And if I would have just realized sooner that I didn't need a business partner, I could have saved us a little bit of a headache and that awkward conversation of going separate ways. But, you know, I'm not saying you will never need a business partner, but you just have to analyze and remember, like, what do I bring to the table? Is this something I can do alone? And if the answer is no, then you may want to consider a business partner. But, you know, for example, what would be a great opportunity to have a business partner? Let's say you're somebody with time, right? You have all the time in the world, you can grow the business, you can give it the attention that it needs, but you don't have the money. Okay, well, maybe you look for somebody that can front the money. People, usually with money, don't have the time, or they don't want to sacrifice their time. So maybe they're willing to front the money for the business, taking a percentage of the earnings, and then you do all the things that take time, like networking, dealing with leads, dealing with templates, going to the events. But you just have to analyze, like, sit there and think, like, do I need a business partner? I'm telling you, because when you're starting off, you may just want to do it with your buddy. Maybe you want to do it with your wife, your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be. But really take the time to think about it, because you don't want to put yourself in a situation a year, 2 years down the line, and it's just not working out. So analyze if you need a business partner or not. Number 7 is over-delivering, meaning, you know, your customer will have expectations of what they're getting, right? I always think it's best to go above and beyond if you can. I'm not saying, you know, give out extra hours or do something that just doesn't make sense for your business. But what I say about over-delivering is it's not just during the events, it's after the events. What I'll do is, if we have a digital event, I'll reach out to the customer and just say, hey, thanks for having us. Pick your 5 favorite photos. We'll print them out. We'll send them to you. Just giving a little bit more to leave a better taste in your customer's mouth from the experience that they had with you. Over-delivering can be, let's just say, you know, you make a welcome screen and you customize it for them, and you're not promoting that the welcome screen is included. Well, if you do that, you customize it, then that is over-delivering. They're going to feel like you went above and beyond. The best position to be in a business is to make your customers feel that they're your only customers, that you're willing to do extra for them. And this really does help long term. And I want to stress this out. It's not always about getting new customers. It's also about keeping your past customers. And I know that for being in the business 9 years, we get a lot of business from people that have booked from us in the past. And it's because, one, we over-deliver. We're always going above and beyond. And it could be something so simple as giving them an extra 10 minutes. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're there for an extra 10 to 15 minutes, rather than just shutting the photo booth off at the end time, that goes a long way. And there's a lot of times where we go to pick up the photo booth and the client hasn't used the photo booth yet, and they're like, oh, we didn't get to use it. I mean, technically, right, your contracts and you've communicated this is the end time, you could turn it off, or you could just stay an extra 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So this is up to you, but over-delivering can definitely keep your business going, making money, and successful. Number 8 is networking. When I first started, I wasn't networking like I should. I was just trying to get my next event to my next event, not knowing that there is a totally humongous industry of people in the event space, like DJs, you know, mobile bartenders, the people that are making the cakes, other photo booth companies, the venues. There's a group of people that you can network with and have them promote your services to their clients. They're literally generating leads and taking all of that work off of your back, so you could, you know, just all you have to do is just become of value to these people, right? With venues. Think about it. If you can reach out to a venue and have them be what we call in the industry you be the preferred vendor for their venue. There's some venues that have 4 events a week, right? Throughout the whole year. If you can just land one of those, that can keep your photo booth fully booked once a week. That could be a $2,000 relationship, even more, depending on which venue you're working at, right? I know plenty of photo booth operators making $1,000, $1,500 per event. So what I'm saying here is, if you want to think long-term, networking is the way, and this is something I've learned from being in the business 9 years, right? I have relationships that I started 5, 6 years ago that still pay off. So if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, you go with other people, and that is networking. Number 9 is never turn down a lead. I don't care if it's for a 360 booth, if you don't have one, or if it's for an event that you're already booked, it doesn't matter. You should always have somebody that you can refer the client to. It's called white labeling. Imagine you get a phone call for a day where you're already fully booked. If you say no, one, you wasted your lead. That cost you either money or time to get that person to know about your business. So instead, what you can do is have somebody else in your area providing the same type of service that you're providing or a different one, and you know their prices. So when you get that lead, you can mark up the price. So let's just say, you know, Joe's photo booth over here charging $500 for this service. You get the lead, you tell them it's going to be $600 for the rental, and then all you do is you connect that lead to Joe. Joe takes care of everything. You sit back, you just made $100. We did this about 39 times last year, making almost $4,000. Easy money, and it's a win-win for everybody. Your lead gets good service because you should be networking with people that you know what they're doing, and then Joe makes money, he gets his photo booth out, and you make money. Everybody wins. Coming in at number 10, last but not least, it's the follow-up. The follow-up, you guys. If you're getting leads, people are ghosting you, or if you give them a quote and they'll tell you they'll get back to you and they don't, you have to follow up. Every single day, do it until they say yes or they say no. If they say yes, amazing. Your effort of following up has paid off. But if they say no, you don't just leave it there. You ask another question. Again, a follow-up question. Why didn't you book with us? If they say, hey, I went with another company because they're cheaper, not a problem. If they said, hey, I didn't like the way you explained this, or I didn't understand your pricing, whatever information they give you should be valuable. You know, people love to hear praise and they love to hear you're doing this great. And I understand it because it's a compliment. But where you can grow and learn, it's with the no's and the reason why they said no. So this is everything that I feel like I've learned about being in the business for about 10 years now. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. And if you wanna get started in the photo booth rental business, go to photobooth101.com. Not only do we sell photo booth equipment, like your photo booth, your backdrops, your printer, props, so much more. We have a community of other photo booth owners waiting for you. Just go to photobooth101.com. Thank you for watching. See you soon.